So one of the things that I wanted to mention about succulents in general is in terms of watering, because I think there's a little bit of a myth in terms of the amount of water that succulents want. So when I water a succulent plant, I really like to water it to the point that that there's water running right out the bottom of the pot. So I'll put it on a tray or bring it over to the sink. Sometimes I'll even stick them in a bowl of water. You know, if it's something like this right here, where if you look at the top, it's actually wider than the pot is right now. It's fairly difficult to get water in there. Maybe it even has a really tightly packed root system that's not uncommon on succulents at all. I'll just stick the whole plant in a bowl of water for about 20 minutes, half hour, something like that, and then remove it. That's a great way to water. Otherwise, I just have my little watering can here, and I really, really soak this. So this is this jade. It's ready to be watered. You're probably not able to see the water all that well, but I'm really filling this all the way up to the top, and then we're just going to kind of let that perk through the soil. Keep in mind that when you have really dry soil, like in a succulent that maybe only gets watered once every few weeks or once every month, the soil really, really dries out. And so it may not have the ability to kind of absorb that moisture all that quickly. Sometimes it just runs right through the pot, and it doesn't even, the little fibers that are in the soil don't have enough time to really soak that moisture up. So a lot of times what I like to do is water it a couple of times. So this was filled all the way up to the brim, and there's actually no water coming out of the bottom yet, which is good. So this soil is actually going to hold that moisture. Sometimes, though, when I water, like this guy, probably because I can already tell you if I lift that up, you'd see it's pretty dense with roots. It's hanging over the sides. There's not a lot of water holding capacity in this soil right now. Okay, now the water's starting to come out the bottom of this pot. So what I like to do, water it really, really, really thoroughly, and then don't water it again for 3-4 weeks, whatever the case may be, depending upon the plant. So that's just a little bit of a tip on watering succulents. So they, much like trees, they do need moisture. They don't want water every day or every week or anything like that, but they do want a lot of moisture, and then they want to be allowed to dry out for quite a period of time. One of the things that you can do with succulents is you can check the leaf here. So like this is really nice and firm. These leaves right here are very firm when I kind of squeeze it. My jade at home is very good about telling me when it wants water. Right now at home I know that the leaves are really nice and firm like this, nice and plump. But over the course of the next couple of weeks, as it's using its moisture, and I think we're going to have some, as far as the forecast goes, some relatively clear sunny days. I have mine on a kind of a south window, so it gets quite a bit of sun. So over the next couple of weeks, it's going to get a lot of sun. It's inside, of course, so it's going to dry out over the next couple of weeks, and the leaves are going to start to get just a little bit soft, a little bit more limp in their, kind of in their texture or feel, and that's going to tell you when it wants water. So if it's nice and firm, I usually let it go, although you can check the soil, that type of thing as well. But sometimes the soil's dry, but the plant still has plenty of moisture, so you can kind of let it go for a period of time. So that's the just a little bit about watering succulent plants.